my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need? Shadow read for this full moon to new moon in June 2022. I am your reader, Pisces moon that I am. Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. It's not a mystery. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, 24 years and still going strong. Author of Words of Grace from a professional witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. And I mention it because on this full moon, I am driving up to Saratoga to see my mom, and I dedicated Words of Grace from a professional witch to my mother, and you can preview it for free, and that's one of the things you get to preview. Some of the reviews, a couple of the introductory pages, and of course the dedication to my mom. So go check it out. And if you haven't heard, I am a creator on Patreon, and quite a creator I am. My mystical artist shining through me at full capacity, you know, like a master of the mystical arts, like Doctor Strange, but his gay younger brother. Scotty Strange, blessed pride, everybody. Yeah, my God, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, and goddesses on my Patreon. Those are my subscriber tiers, levels. Lots of benefits. I stream there every morning, pretty much give or take, with a cup of coffee in a bathrobe, my hair doing what it's going to do, talking about the lunar astrology, because I'm a Pisces moon and I need to keep track of that. It changes every couple of days, particularly as a vibrational empath. So if you want to go deeper, come Patreon on Patreon. Let's get up in this gig. If you are new to my channel, a 7-card draw is just one card from 7 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. Therefore, a timed read, not a timeless read. But certainly, you can go back in the playlists and go look back at maybe some troubling stuff for the shadow reads. I also do the waxing moon reads from new to full, and see if there's some hidden info there for you, because chances are, though I wear a silly grin, there probably is. So let's have a look at this. This timeline we are looking at, full moon in Sagittarius, Tuesday, June 14th, Flag Day. My father's birthday, God rest his soul wherever he may be. Donald Trump's birthday. It's a lot for a full moon, and that's why I'm packing it up, getting out of Dodge, and going to see my mom. 7:52 a.m. actually is the moment of full moon. I will be doing my magic from 11:30 p.m. actually tonight at the time of this recording to 12:30 a.m. going right into Tuesday, doing a video about it. Patreon gets it first, as will my friends in my Facebook group, the Mark Angelo Lyons Mal for short Facebook group, and then everybody else will get it later, probably as a premiere, so we can chat. Then, right, so let's nail the dismount on that one. Then we're looking at the 2 weeks of letting go, releasing, forgiving, surrendering, paring down, the alchemy from lead to gold. And I use that metaphor because it really makes sense. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. Can you believe I know earth science and math? Yeah, I do. So there's gold hidden in the lead. Everything is here to help us. We may not see it that way, we don't have to like it, but clues, tips, and hints along the way, helpful. And on a touch more of a serious note, because I'm trying to keep these fun, I watch the news, a limited amount. I can't go nuts with that. I'm a Virgo, but I'm Pisces moon, Leo rising. So I'm aware of what's going on, particularly today, what's going to go down in the United States, Monday the 13th. If you turn on the TV, you'll see it, among other things going on planet Earth. It's really important to know that as you do your shadow work and I do my shadow work, there's only one shadow. It's the collective, particularly for Pisces. We're 12th house, the collective unconscious of all things. So it's the collective unconscious. The more we do the shadow work, the more we alchemize lead to gold, the more we move not just ourselves, but this world, including all of life, all of nature, onto a more golden timeline than a leaded timeline. And with the quantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, there's an infinite number of timelines, right? But as much as we can visualize and cast and all that stuff, I mean, you can vision board yourself into a stupor if you like. Every wall, every surface covered in magazine clippings, have at it. But if you don't do the inner work, if you don't do the shadow work, it's spiritual busy work otherwise. And as an energy sensitive empath, now reading people around the world, I can't live without it at this point, because it keeps me, well, I suppose balanced and sane is subjective, wouldn't you say, my mer people? Mer. So, let's get up in this gig. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs, because you can get more information about what we're about to look at, or maybe you have 4 different situations that you're alchemizing, because it feels that way on planet Earth. Both feet on the floor if you can. Boom. Focus on your breath if you will. Bam. And I will get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can for all of us, so that we can move to paradise, planet Earth, step by step, breath by breath. Feeling it and healing it for the well-being of all. You ready? Breathe. It's a lot of explanation, but it's worth it for the divination. Still point. And away we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, the angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the general assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, the spirit animals and totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons from all traditions, lineages, and cultures. You can't get more inclusive than that. Please, what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the head of the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, watching this video, receiving this reading, holding the archetypal lessons, beaming it down like a satellite into all the other chakras and their energy field, shifting what they attract, what they repel, so that they can really do the alchemy, do the shadow work, more gold than lead. And there is gold in that there lead, so there is a hidden blessing in this somehow. So what is it? The dominant 8th chakra archetype for the Pisces collective this full to new June 2022. Gambler, 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 gambler. I'm a gambler. Expect the 80s music references, folks. That's a deep cut Madonna song. The gambler archetype. It is an action family archetype. It's about acting on things. But written on this card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. We can say lead, gold, pain, peace, toxic, healthy, illusion, truth. You get it? So this is the stuff you don't want to look at in the shadow, or you know about it, but you don't want anybody else to know about it. The gold, the light attribute, is what we're shooting for. And remember, as you alchemize this in you, even just a little bit, quantum unity, you're healing it that for everybody else. The shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than hard work. We've done it. I've done it. The light attribute, willingness to follow intuition, even when others doubt you. Look what I do for a living. I come from teachers and lawyers, got a judge in the family, engineers, and I'm the witch, but you know, I'm the youngest, so they let me juggle knives. This is just a very, very powerful thing for Pisces, because we tend to be more insular, more yin. This is about putting it out in the world and taking a risk, a gamble. I'm into it. And remember, it's a sliding scale. It's a percentage scale from lead to gold, particularly in a general read, which is why if you want a personal read, there's a link in the description box. Booking your reading with Mal explains everything for you, just like Clarissa. I know it's stupid, but I can't help it. Can't help saying it. Melissa Joan, heart attack. Let's look at the next 4 chakras down. This is our gig. The feminine energy, the internal, second level of power, the personal world, the crown, The third eye, the heart, spiritual power, mental power, willpower, choices, decisions, spit, swallow, or chew, as I like to say, and emotional power. And this is where the shadow work sort of begins, because we have to choose at least throat chakra to do it or not. So though it can be delayed but not prevented, we're Pisces. Do you really want to come back in another lifetime just to cross a T or dot an I? That's up to us, which quantum timelines we get to. So let's ask the goddesses what's going on. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. Please take a nice deep breath. I am feeling my Amazon princess today. It's a wonder. Still point. My goddesses are giggling. As I call upon my goddesses of water, the sign of Pisces, powers of the West, my beloved three. Not saying who you are unless you want me to. Please, one card in clarity. For my fishy family, for my mer people, the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, and I can resonate with that gambler archetype a little too much. So please, what's going on that we need to be aware of to facilitate, to make simple, facilitate the shadow work for the Pisces collective with that gambler archetype this full to new June 2022. Major Arcana card. Look, no matter what the Major Arcana card is, when it is a Major Arcana card, heart, third eye, crown, it's all four. Right? Where, you know, blades, swords might be third eye, cups, heart. Here we're looking at all four, and it is the wise one. It's a Kaliach. It's a Kaliach. The wise one, the hermit, riding a horse, carrying a wand with a sharp crystal tip in the air, right? Hovering, galloping, I would think, taking in the view from above a stone circle. Does look like Stonehenge, but, you know, I don't know. It's an artist's rendition, and it is the crone card in the Daughters of the Moon, a feminist deck. The priestess is the maiden, the empress is the mother, and the hermit is the crone. So this is about very interesting and quite an interesting contradiction in some ways to the gambler in action family archetype. This is saying on the inside, we're going deeper in and higher up. I've seen a couple of variations on tarot where the hermit is not high up in altitude in some way, shape, or form, but that's not dominant, right? What we often see is that they're up high, seeing things from perhaps a crown chakra point of view. The crown chakra does not have language. That happens in the third eye. The idea is it comes in as inspiration, but when we're talking heart, third eye, crown, this is a unity of that. So certainly take your hermit time for yourself this waning moon. Again, if you are a vibrational, energy-sensitive empath, I'm not talking the sociological narcissist versus empath thing. No. I'm talking about you're feeling other people's energies and emotions in your own energy field and often in your own cell tissue to the point where you can't tell if it's personal, the person next door, right? The place that you're in, or the entire world. Because that's the unconscious mind. You don't know, but you may very well be feeling it. So to go within, to really intensify your inner focus, to do the shadow work here, which also means throat chakra. You may not be telling anybody, but you got to admit, as a Pisces gig, you don't need to know what I'm going through. Except I'm Leo rising, so you know I just make art out of it. Nice work if you can get it. Let's look at the lower three chakras with the Mythic Tarot, the masculine energy, right? How this looks coming out. Remember, we have an action family archetype here. Lower three chakras, you from the outside looking in, right? Looking like stepping back, see me, Tiffany aching, looking at yourself from the outside in. Maybe you from the inside out, looking at a person, place, or thing. Both can be true, and person, place, or thing does make sense because the lower three chakras are about relationships in the physical world. Root chakra, It could be a place, right? It can be, but it's usually tribal. Groups of people, circles of friends, family, your genetic heritage, your ancestry, your political leaning, your favorite band, you know, anything 3 or more people that you are connected to is a tribe, whether you're aware of it or not, which is the tricky shit. Second chakra, umbilical cord, right? One-on-one to another person or thing. Money, sex, and power, which we all have one-on-one relationships with. But solar plexus is your relationship to yourself, but yourself in the world. Your boundaries, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't, right? Your honor code, your gut intuition that no one else is getting in that moment, and therefore directly connected to self-esteem, which, beloveds, take this to heart and listen to Carolyn Mace, MYSS, she's a PhD. Self-esteem is a verb, not a noun. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, they're passing around my crown chakra like open mic night. Still point. Cuts right through it as I call upon my gods of water. The sign of Pisces, powers of the West, lower 3 chakra dynamic, please, for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Watching this video, receiving this reading, what do we need to know about? Because I will claim this. The Hermit is the Virgo card of the tarot, and I am a Virgo. So please, what's going on that we need to be aware of? Lower 3 chakra dynamic, Gambler in the 8th, Hermit on the inner, the Wise One, to help us with this shadow work, this full to new June 2022, and we have got a double whammy of major arcana, just like inside all 4 chakras, heart, third eye, crown, outside, lower 3 chakras, all together now. It's the Devil Pan. That's the double whammy. 2 major arcana cards. There's only 2 tarot cards in this 7-card draw. So now the devil from a pagan perspective is not really that, but if we go traditional tarot, sure. Break chains of illusion, set all things to right, reveal what has been hidden, and bring the truth to light. But the alchemy is what does that. The Hermit knows how to break the chains of the devil. However, lower 3 chakras, let's be clear with the Gambler. What you getting into, right? What are you? This is definitely a shadow work card, but you can still feel it and not act on it to alchemize it from lead to gold. But this could be all sorts of things, right? Just root chakra alone, the fears of what's going on planet Earth that you might be picking up empathically. Like, just don't think heart chakra, my empaths. It's like if your feet are on the floor and someone, 2 doors down drops a bowling ball, you'll probably feel it through your feet, depending on the foundation of the house. I understand construction, there's a difference. Soundproofing and all of that, but you feel it. It's vibrational. So of course it comes up through the root chakra. That might be part of what's going on here, but remember, you're helping to heal that as you heal yourself little by little by little. Second chakra, this could be a codependent, toxic thing, an addiction to another person or thing. We're Pisces, we're known for addictions and secrets. It's in the lore, it's in the astrology. I didn't make that up off the top of my head. But certainly, and if it is solar plexus, this could be, how you feel in chains in the world, being limited, held back. But certainly some toxic stuff here. But remember, the opposite of a devil is an angel. Good omens. If you haven't read the book, Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, watch the Amazon Prime thing. It's amazing what they did, and there's series 2 coming at the time of this recording. I'm so excited. But then read the book because you get less disappointed. So look, your chakras here, the Gambler, the Hermit, and the Devil. A gambler, a hermit, and a devil swam up to a bar in a pool. Oh, I love those. I really want to go on a vacation where I can swim over and have a strawberry daiquiri because that's my drink when I'm in a tropical locale. I don't drink that much, honestly, believe it or not. So we got our chakras here. Let's get a healing mantra card from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, at least that you can go into the still point and, have something to focus on. And why wouldn't the Hermit, the Wise One, have a mantra to help heal this along. One of 3 booky book reads, because I can't remember all the words in there, and the authors are freaking genius. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly, because this could be about anything. If it was more specific, I would call it out, and so I can't right now. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading? 4th card down, literally at the center point of this 7-card draw. Perfect healing mantra. Make it specific, so intuitive, so clear for the Pisces collective that they kind of go, they clutch their pearls with this gambler in the 8th, the alchemy going on with the hermit on the inner, the devil on the outer. This full to new, June 2022. Awakening, inspired action. There is only what life is asking of me. Now that sounds good, right? Spiritual awakening, inspired action, action archetype, which means it comes down from the 8th chakra into the crown chakra, hits the 3rd eye, you're like, oh my God, this is great. And you bring it all the way down through the chakras into physical form through action. However, there's only what life is asking of you. So no matter what we want our way. Life always has its way with us. Upstream or downstream, that's our choice. That's why I do these readings. And honestly, I think the 5 and the 7 card draws are the most important, valuable thing I put out into the world on YouTube. I honestly do. Because, you know, the soul contracts and all of that are great. But, you know, if you're doing your work, nothing gets in your way. And because you do it, you're going with the flow. Doesn't mean it's fun all the time. And you know, I wish. That's why they have paradise planets, apparently, in the spiritual development. It's just more hedonistic. Awakening, inspired action. There's only, underline only what life is asking of me. When you awaken inspired action, you are an open, willing participant in your soul's journey. Check. You are ready, willing, and able to face any feeling, Pisces, and make any necessary change just for the chance to serve the cosmic plan of the universe. That's so very Pisces. Now look, I just want to unpack something there, right? You are ready, willing, and able. We may not feel ready. We may not feel able, but they know better. All we have to do is be willing. And they never give us more than we can handle, and yet I want to see the fine print on that. When inspired action has been awakened, you radiate higher frequencies of light for the well-being of all. This is the unity part of it. I do not personally have the political or financial power to really change anything going on governmentally on the planet. Ecologically, I do the best I can, right? Inflation being what it is, blah, 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 right? This I can do. This is my contribution. And I get to heal. More gold than lead. This mantra is ideal for overcoming self-sabotage, removing boredom, and increasing fulfillment. I'm going to say, this doesn't mean you can't get your stuff touched if this gamble is a romantic sexual thing, just saying. But you're going to be able to look at it from the hermit's eye and really see whether you're dealing, well, let's talk about alchemy. You want somewhere between Crawley and Aziraphale. I'd take both of them. It'd be some freeway. Menage Diablo Eva. I don't know. I don't know how to say that in French at the moment. I'll look it up. Awakening inspired action. A gambler. Awakening inspired action. Just remember, underline only if you're going to do the mantra. There's only what life is asking of me. Neat? Maybe with a little club soda and some on the rocks. Let's get a whisper of love. The voices of the higher selves of all involved. Now, honestly, there may be other people involved here. It's a general read. I don't know. But since we're really shooting for inspiration, the higher selves of all involved, giving you a whisper of love could be helpful. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, probably my own as well, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, and insight most needed to help us with the shadow work, the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, watching this video, receiving this reading, doing this reading, to help us alchemize that gambler so we can take the right golden action here with the Hermit on the inner, Devil on the outer, awakening inspired action, because there's only what life is asking of us. What's the whisper of love? This full to new June 2022. I love us so much. You are limitless. We are. And with the power of conviction, there is no sacrifice. It's a do or die situation. We could be invincible. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. So if you choose to awaken inspired action and take the risk, even if everybody else doubts you, then that's a limit you won't have to deal with, at least in that situation, whatever that may be, inner or outer, because we are limitless. Look. The ego, the personality, the soul, and the spirit. The human, the hero, the immortal, the God. That's just my framework of it. Based my Patreon tiers on that. I've known about that spectrum, if you like, of spiritual awakening for decades. It's really central to what I teach as a spiritual teacher and affects my whole life. I can't not see through those lenses anymore. They're kind of bolted on for now. So to really get that we are the universe incarnate as an individual being. So of course there's only what life is asking of us. There's a plan. The universe always has a plan, no matter how anything seems to be, but we get to choose my way or the highest way. Oh, that was bad, but you're used to it. And you know what? I'm here. I'm queer. And I think at this point, if you're still watching, you might be used to it. Blessed pride. My favorite pantheon of all is the spirit animals and totems. There's a difference between a spirit animal and a totem. We should really talk about that on Patreon at some point. Go deep on that, have a chat. So I'm using the Divine Animals Oracle to tap into that by Stacy DeMarco. I love her name. God, I hope she's from New York. Beautiful deck. It's so well written. There's so much information in this tightly packed, chunky bookie book. But in order to do that, they had to use like micro nano font, so that's why I've got the magnifying glass, because I am 53 years old. Yeah, I know I don't look at thanks, and I did that for you, my Pisces sister, as ever. Are we ready? I love this one. It's usually sweet as sugar. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, if we're going to do the shadow work, might as well work with who is here coming along on our journey. So who are the spirit animals and totems offering the guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power, the support, the protection, and an oracle message that the Piscean collective needs to alchemize this gambler archetype with the Hermit on the inner, Devil on the outer, awakening inspired action, because there's only what life is asking of us, and we are limitless. We can do that, but it's a journey. It's a process. We don't gotta nail it, do what we think is perfect. So who walks with us, who swims with us, who crawls with us, who flies with us? Hopefully, who swims with us this full to new June 2022. The red-crowned crane, like that's a speech exercise. My dame has a red-crowned crane. That's from Magic Garden, folks, without the red-crowned. The key word, loyalty. Like royalty, which is an airline in a movie with Gwyneth Paltrow and Candace Bergen. Let me get to this. Card number 29, the red-crowned crane. It's a blowjob word. I'm just going to read the beginning part and the end part, the verbal sketch and the magic. Now, I mean, the artwork here is so detailed and intricate, but the crane actually turns into a woman with a beautiful gown. It's just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Breathe. Card number 29, the red-crowned crane. Keyword, loyalty. The time has come to re-examine your loyalties. Are you able to be trusted? Keep your word if you give it. Take relationships slowly and make sure to build strong connections. What promises have you made and must keep? Gee, with the devil on the outer, I don't know, that feels pretty apt. Feels pretty apt, hence the Virgo on the inside saying, oh yeah, no, you're great. And up we go. So that if we're going to take a risk, at least we know we're aligning with the intuition, and even if we get what we need, which sometimes sucks, in order to be emotionally free, it's okay to dislike. From Matt Kahn's book, The Universe Always Has a Plan, the 10 Golden Rules of Letting Go. It's true. It's true. Sometimes it is often intuition, like, all right? But is it fear, or is it intuition? Is it live, or is it Memorex? I'm just hitting the boomers and the Generation Xers full force. I'm Generation X, if you can't tell. The magic. The magic, the magic, the magic. Crane magic is about loyalty and steadfastness. In this world of instant gratification isn't fast enough. Carrie Fisher. Postcards from the Edge. Instant gratification and short attention spans. Perhaps the idea of loyalty is beginning to be a lost ideal. The graceful crane teaches us that remaining steadfast to those who deserve it is a positive ideal and something to treasure. Thinking carefully about our promises and keeping our word means that we become people to be trusted by others and ourselves. So this is taking the onus on the self from the way it's written, that we really do that, and that might be all that you can do. Look, we manifested a witch cat, a Melchior, a Taurus witch cat, who loves this. I don't know why. He's a Taurus. He's a little tough that way. He's a good boy. Go lay down. My boys. So that thing of loyalty, and certainly we may very well be looking at honor code. What do you do? What do you don't? Our honor codes shift and change. Of course our boundaries shift and change over a lifetime. I've been saying this for decades. Don't talk to strangers. Really good wisdom for a 4-year-old. Not really great in a 44-year-old. Yeah, I know you can order shit through apps, but sooner or later, you gotta talk to people, right? And not, well, we're all one, but that doesn't mean that people can't be strange when they're a stranger. Oh, Jim Morrison. I think he's probably reincarnated. I don't know. The last card down is the Blessed Be, the mystical Celtic blessing cards. They are Celtic, but we're using the pantheons of all pantheons. It is the gold, the hidden blessing, the gold hidden in the lead, the hidden blessing here. And as much fun as we've been happening, Pan aside, which he's fun if you know him. I don't camp much, but I can be campy as fuck. Particularly with the gambler here, there is a risk. So as fun as we've been having, I do these blessings for real. Because I used to be a minister. No more. I defrocked myself. I'm an artist, but I'm still a mystic. And I was apparently born to deliver blessings. I've been praying since I was a child. Just my gods are different. Shift up the lenses as needed. You ready? Please take a nice deep breath. I'm stalling. Still point. Yeah, nothing to fear. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons from all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please, what is the hidden blessing? One card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Last card down for the last sign of the zodiac. Closing time. Time for us to go out to the places we will be from. This is going to be the summation when I do this, when this one hits the table, please. So, what is the hidden blessing, the gold hidden within the lead? Should we do the shadow work just to the best of our ability? There's a highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us, so that we can embrace our willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt us, by doing the hermit, all 4 chakras in the inside, pulling back, maybe lifting up the drawbridge in the witch's castle of the soul, because there is some devil energy here, and it doesn't feel horrible, but it does feel risky. So there's only what life is asking of us, and we can take the time to process that. We do not have to, it's not the Fool card, but it is a depiction of tightrope walking blindfolded. So I get that. I get that a lot here. So we can awaken inspired action and help us do that, because we are limitless. And all we need to do is recognize that truth. We can do anything we choose to do, but with the vibe of loyalty, with the red crown crane, really helping us look at our loyalty structures, right? What's the most important? Not just priorities. Are we doing what we say we are going to do? Personal pet peeve, someone says they're going to do something and doesn't do it, and doesn't at least let me know that they're not going to do it. We can let people know, was really trying, couldn't do it, stuck in traffic, whatever. So that loyalty makes us of a higher quality, and certainly going to shift us to a more loyal golden timeline. So please, what is the perfect clarifying card for the Pisces collective for the hidden blessing this full to new June 2022? A blessing on a home. And home is way more than just the structure you live in. Certainly can mean that, but often I find with that energy, very 4th house Cancerian energy, but feeling safe in your own skin, right? You know, having that foundation. I want to go all the way home, which isn't where my parents live or the house that I grew up of, or even this building I'm in now. They're all homes to me. But I mean unity. I mean the divine singularity of the mother of all. I want to return. Check out a hymn to her, Hymn to H-E-R by the Pretenders. So now here it comes, the blessing. I'm going to say the blessing, and then we're going to chat for a little bit if you want to hang out, because honestly, the only way that I can let go of the energies from reading these zodiacal collectives, boys, from people, I catnipped them before. I thought they would be passed out by now. The only way I can really release this, particularly for Pisces, is to just let the goofy out, particularly after the intensity of what the pantheons of the divine usually do with this. So, card number 10, a blessing on a home. Let's see if we need this. Gird your loins and please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheons of the divine, confer this blessing, use me. Card number 10, a blessing on your home. A blessing for a home with protective presence, a creative field within which you can thrive and be reborn night after night, day after day. The witch's castle, car of the soul, carved of a single diamond. 7 mansions within, drawbridge drawn. May the walls of your home hold strong against the influences of the world outside. Within the walls and beneath the sheltering roof of your home, may you find privacy and comfort and freedom to be who you are when all about you falls away and there are no more eyes to watch you. Hermit. May you have comfort, good food, nourishing rest, healing, quiet, true friends who come and go in ways that bring you both joy and companionship. May you offer hospitality freely and gladly, and may the blessings you offer be returned in the opening of homes to you in return. May the borders of your home be protected and guarded by angels, and within its spaces may there be a place for intimate connection, friendship, privacy, conversation, calm, the roar of laughter, the soft fall of tears, and the quiet peace of hope. May your life take shape within your home. May there be births, and when deaths come, let them be kind ones. Let the home you create become the very essence of what home can be, and may it in return offer you, your body, your soul, the most nourishing of spaces between the worlds. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So must be. And so it is. Yeah, safe space, the home to do the shadow work, and take your time with this. Oh my goodness gracious. Did you like it? I like it. That's actually a really hot read. Hit the thumbs up if you did. Help the other Mer family find it. Mer. And if you want more of me on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. I know what I'm talking about. The gods put the right cards in my hand. I'm the fun one, and I've got cool purple hair, overtone rich black, which is really a dark purple. And if you really want to go deeper, if you do want more from a Pisces moon mystic who's been doing this as a witch for a really long time, Carol and Paula were my first coven, including that annoying squirrel and bird. Then come Patreon on Patreon. Come swim. It's not always Mariana Trench. Sometimes it's a lovely lagoon in the Bahamas somewhere. And I am there pretty much every morning with a cup of coffee and a bathrobe talking about the lunar astrology, which just Pisces and Cancers and water signs in general should keep an eye on. Magical applications for the day. And empathic surge warnings when the planet's going through shit. So, yeah, if you want to go deep, come play. At least go check it out. Linky in the description box. Otherwise, thank you so very much for watching. Again, if you want a private read, you know how to do it. Just go ask Clarissa. And certainly wishing you the very best and the very blessed, my beloved fishy family, my mer people. Mer! Shake your tail, even though it's not a feather. And have a really great one. And here's a Bellsy, a Leo kitty came. Aw, what a mitzvah. What a blessing from our Bellsy. I love you. Hail, farewell, and blessed be. Who's a good squishy boy?